Welcome back, everybody, and
Hello there.
yeah, we are back here at our big old trenchers that we made last time. So this is a giant trench that goes all the way from sea level here, which is about 66, and then it goes all the way down here straight to the bottom, which is at minus 59. So we got almost 120 blocks here, just straight down. We built up these big old slime machines to help us. We got one trench here, and we got another one right over there. But today, what we got to do is build up the machine that's going to help us tear out all the rest of the land here in the middle. And oh boy, there's a lot of stuff that we need. Up here, my little platform in the sky, it's a little easier to see sort of the scale that we're working with. So here's the other trench on this side, and then if we pan over here, we can see the other trench over here. So this whole area below me is all gonna end up getting cut out. It's gonna be a giant hole in the ground. Now, like I mentioned, we need an insane amount of resources, and back here I have everything all mapped out about what I need. Yeah, an insane amount of stuff. So we need 6,000 slime blocks. You can tell I already got some of this all crafted up. We got redstone all crafted up. We need mine carts here. We got those all crafted up, but I still need all this sort of stuff. We need 2,500 pistons. We need 1,200 sticky pistons. So that's like a little over 3K pistons total. We need another 2,000 observers. We need a bunch of glass, a bunch of glazed terracotta. We need a lot of stuff. Well, I better go get to collecting, because getting all of this dead coral is not going to harvest itself. So I'm off to find a warm ocean and maybe a mesa too for some of this terracotta. Well then, that didn't take too long. You can tell I moved this thing out of the way. It was, I don't know why I put it there, that was stupid. But I moved it out of the way, and now we have this very colorful project wall here. So I got everything that I need, hopefully, unless I miscounted somehow. That's always a possibility, but I think this is everything. So we got all the pistons we need, all the observers that we need, all the redstone. Oh, we already had that. Sticky pistons, glazed terracotta, a bunch of stone. Oh my gosh. So much stuff. But before I start, I can't believe I didn't hit my head right there. But before I start building this thing, I wanted to show you what it looks like, but let me turn off shaders first, because it gets very angry if you have the shaders on with Litematica, as I've said all the time. But check it out. This is the machine that we're building. So one giant one on this side, and then on the other side, it's a little smaller. You can tell, see how big that looks over there. Then over here, this side's a lot more bulky. So this side has all of the launchers. So down here, we got water sweepers or liquid sweepers. This gets rid of all of the water that I was talking about. So all of this stuff, I won't have to go and sponge it and deal with that. Oh my god, it's gonna be so nice. And then all the way up here, here's our TNT machines that just go over to the other side. And this thing is awesome. Basically, it just goes over there and then comes back. But now that I've shown you sort of the scale of what we're working with here, why don't I get working on this first layer? I want to get all of these machines down here first, the sweepers in. I'm gonna try to get this whole bottom section here all in. So let me go get working on that, and I'll catch y'all right back. Holy moly. Well, I did a little bit more than I said I was gonna do. I said I was only gonna do this part down here, but I went ahead and just did this whole thing. So we have this whole side all the way done now, and look how crazy cool this thing looks just sitting up here. I mean, it's just absolutely massive. I fly out here a little ways, and we turn around. I mean, look at that thing. It's so far, it goes all the way down into the fog. Oh my god, it looks so awesome. Yeah, I think this thing is all ready. I haven't done full verification yet. Nothing is like flying out on its own, so that's good. Although there was a little accident up there. One of them started flying off, I had to fix. But yeah, we got this thing all working, and now all I gotta do is do the other side over here. And I think I mentioned before that this side is a little bit smaller than the other side over here. Hold on, shaders. Yeah, I mentioned it's a little bit smaller, and kind of tell like how big and bulky that stuff is at the bottom and up top. And then over here, it's just not entirely the same. Basically the way it works is this side has all of the launching stuff. So all the slime block machines go from here all the way over to this side. So this really just has the stations that push everything down and launch them back out again. So building this should go a lot quicker than doing that. Probably only about an hour or so though, unfortunately. But anyway, I have a little bit more buildings to do, so I'm gonna go ahead and bust that one out. Not gonna time lapse it. It's the same thing as you saw over here. It's not worth it. So I'll catch you all back, and we're just gonna have to go through this thing really quick. I did say that there wouldn't be a time lapse, but we did that little cute thing, and it's kind of cool seeing it from the back angle, just like facing straight towards the thing like this way. I guess doing two different angles kind of worked out, but we got both of these things all built up now. We got this one over here, and then we got this whole big old one over here ready to go. And oh my god, this was like a whole day of building, doing this whole thing, but I am so happy that it's done. Now all we gotta do is go through and verify this thing and make sure everything is in the right spot. Otherwise it could be entirely catastrophic if this whole thing blows up, and I've just, ouch, wasted a whole day and have to go rebuild this thing all over again. That would not be fun. So let me show you how we're going to go ahead and verify that everything's all working together correct. So one way to verify this thing is to sort of just fly through here like in free cam or looking at it and seeing if there's any colored blocks pointing out. So like this orange, this means that it's in the wrong gate state, which is fine, that doesn't matter. This means it's the wrong block if it's red, but I did a stone bricks instead of a stone, so that's all good. But this is really cumbersome. If you're trying to look through this whole giant build like this, you might miss one. And so there's an easier way, not to figure out where specifically if there's a wrong block, but to find out if there are wrong blocks. And so the way that you do that is you pull up Litematica, and you go in your placements and your configuration, you go schematic verifier. You can see I already ran a little bit to make sure I was doing it right. And you go start verification, it'll tell you what's wrong. So these are saying we have shroom lights that should be white stained glass, but that's okay because I replaced it specifically because I wanted it lit up. Stone brick instead of stone, that's fine. Different walls, that's fine. Wrong block states means that they're like twisted the wrong way. So there's a glazed terracotta that's the wrong way. That sounds about right. The oak fence that I showed you. Now here's the problem. We have signs that are missing. Those are just displays, but we have a white stained glass that we're missing somewhere and a piston. A piston that we're missing somewhere. That would be not those things, that would be these things. So I gotta go find out where in this build I'm missing that thing, and we gotta go through and go figure out where that is and make sure this thing's all fixed up. Oh yes, there's a problem child right there. So there's something missing over there that's all blue. That means something should be there and isn't there. Then up there we have another one that we're missing. And you can tell why I don't like using shaders with Litematica now. I mean, just look how glowy that is. But I know where these problems are, so let me go fix those up and then run the verifier again, and hopefully we are all good after that. All right, I replaced those blocks, and let's check out our verification now. So we reset it and ran it again. Remember, these don't matter, and these states don't matter. And yeah, we're just missing these oak signs, which are just helper signs. So we are all good. We are finally ready to run this thing. But before we do that, I want to just marvel in how cool this thing looks at night. I mean, oh my god, it's just all lit up. And it's just, oh god, look at it over there. It looks so cool. Oh my god, I'm so excited to see this thing running and just going back and forth. It's gonna look amazing when it's running. I am gonna call it there though. We got this whole thing built up, but when I run this, it's gonna take hours and hours and hours of babysitting and, you know, making sure it doesn't get stuck on stuff down here. I think also I realized on this side, we're gonna have a problem because this cuts through a bunch of this water. And so like this water won't be a problem, but I'm gonna have to like wall this off a little bit. And over here too, we got this big lake. So I got stuff to do is what I'm saying here. So I think we're gonna call it there. It's so cool flying through this thing, but next time we're gonna be running this thing and this whole area behind me is gonna be all gone. So, you know, if you made it this far, I really appreciate it. I do hope you have a good rest of your day. I hope to see you in the next one where we dig a big hole, and I'll catch you later. Goodbye.